Imagine a place where the sun never shines, where the air is thick with the smell of sulfur, and where the screams of the damned echo through eternity. This is hell, a place that has fascinated and terrified people for centuries. What is it really like? Is it a physical place, or is it simply a metaphor for the consequences of our actions? In today's video, we dive into the fiery abyss, a place where the wicked roast for all eternity, and discover the truths that see hell in their own unique way. At its core, hell is often understood as a place of punishment after death. The Bible frequently describes hell as a place of fire. Revelation 20:10 speaks of a lake of fire and burning brimstone, where the wicked will be tormented day and night forever and ever. In Matthew 8:12, it is shown as a place of complete darkness, the depths of despair in a place so dark you can't see anything, with sounds of endless sorrow. But the most painful aspect of hell is isolation from God's love and mercy, a place of everlasting destruction where people are banished from the presence of God and lose all sense of well-being and purpose. As we are about to jump more into the origin of hell, many have wondered why God created hell. According to Jesus, the creation of hell is closely tied to the fallen angels. At first, hell was prepared by God for the devil and his angels, a place that burns so hot that it consumes everything in its path as punishment for their rebellion against God. But because of free will, humans also have a God-given responsibility to choose their eternal destination, whether it's heaven or hell. So God created everything, including hell. By the verses John 1:3 and Colossians 1:16, stated that all things were made through God and for Him. In both the spiritual and physical world, whether it's powerful beings like kings, warriors, rulers, or authorities, everything was brought into existence by God. In the New Testament, the term Hades was also introduced, which generally refers to the realm of the dead, but can sometimes carry meanings of judgment, a place in Greek mythology where dead roam in an underground twilight existence and evildoers suffered gloomy imprisonment on an even deeper level called Tartarus. The Greeks believed that the souls of the dead were judged by Minos, Rhadamanthys, and Iacchus, the judges of the underworld. If fate was to be sealed, those who had lived good lives were sent to the Elysian fields, a paradise where they could enjoy eternal peace and happiness. Those who had lived bad lives were sent to Tartarus, a place of punishment, torment, and eternal damnation. Which leads us to the interesting parts of hell, the chambers and horrifying corners where souls are forever locked up with no hope for escape. Since a soul is judged for the weight of its sins, it is kept in a torture circle to suffer the same amount of torment and punishment it did unto others, even worse. In the work of Dante Alighieri, named The Divine Comedy, he voyaged through hell, purgatory, and heaven, using symbolism to explore human sin, morality, and redemption. He begins to introduce the least to severe 9 circles of hell, where treacherous demons reign and roam and eternal suffering is beyond explanation. First is Limbo, the land where the unbaptized and virtuous pagans walk. Here, souls have lived good lives but lacked faith. Their stay on earth was peaceful, but they failed to recognize God. This circle simply symbolizes neglect in the divine, a life without God, and human reason without faith. The second circle is purposely for the victims of their own bodily desires and lust. The souls are carelessly blown by violent stormy winds, representing how unruly and raging lust can be, letting their passions overpower their reason and morality. Third, Gluttony. In this circle, a monster named Cerberus with a worm-like form takes charge. Sinners are forced to lie and endure a horrid slush made from everlasting icy rain. The slush represents the blindness of overindulging in selfishness of gluttons towards food and earthly pleasures. In the fourth, Pluto is seen to oversee 2 divided groups, one obsessed with hoarding, the other with reckless spending. They push around massive weights with their chest representing their fierce desire for wealth. There is also a room in hell where uncontrolled rage and wrath is punished. In the fifth circle, never-ending battles are seen on the surface of the river Styx, while the sullen are drowned deep below. It's a watery hell of conflict and brawling. Moving on to the sixth circle, heretics are punished. These are individuals who denied or twisted core Christian beliefs. They're confined within flaming tombs. The fiery graves represent the spiritual damage and darkness resulting from the rejection of Christian doctrine. The seventh circle is divided into 3 rings, each punishing different forms of violence. The outer ring is for those who are violent toward others, drowned in boiling blood, representing the destructive nature of violence. The middle ring is for those who committed violence against themselves, particularly suicides. These souls become twisted trees, rejecting humanity and God's order. In the inner ring, blasphemers, sodomites, and usurers suffer on a scorching, barren sand plain. It's a place of spiritual chaos and torment. Diving deeper near the most cruel corners of hell, there is Malabia, the 8th circle. It has 10 ditches to punish fraud in all forms. Each ditch has its unique and harsh penalty that mirrors the devious actions of the sinners, showing how they exploited desires. The 9th and final circle of hell is for the most severe sin, treachery. Souls are forever trapped within ice. They are found history's most notorious betrayers, like Judas Iscariot and Brutus, who are named after 2 of 4 rounds in the circle. The heavier the sin, the deeper within ice you go. As we end this discussion, the idea of the afterlife and hell itself is a deep topic. Just like heaven offers profound happiness for the righteous, hell serves as a lasting consequence for those who stray from the path of goodness. According to Jesus, the time spent in hell is not just punishment, but a realization that one's own actions have brought this fate upon themselves. This question about what happens after we die is one of the most common questions in human history, one that different cultures and religions tried exploring. The Bible offers insights into the mysteries of the afterlife. The book of Job asks the question, if a man dies, will he live again? A question that has sparked spiritual curiosity to all. Despite the hideous image of hell, there's a shine of hope in the form of God. Through him, there's a way to escape the tragic fate of hell and instead embrace eternal life in heaven. This story of hell is not only about punishment, it's also about grace, forgiveness, and the infinite love of the divine.